Spain, or any other country in Iberia for that matter, such as Castile, have one of the most cracked mechanics in the entirety of Europa Universalis 5, the ability to build lieutenancies, which are pretty much both better and worse versions of the local governor, which are buildings that allow you to pretty much have multiple capitals throughout your country and project massive amounts of control anywhere. And using these mechanics and other things, we're going to be jumping in as Castile, forming Spain, and creating the tallest, richest, and most developed country anywhere in the world. This is not going to be a playthrough focused on mega expansion and colonization. Instead, we're going to focus on what we have, convert cultures, convert religions, expand our control, and tighten our grip around Iberia. So, without further ado, let's jump in as Castile, and then Spain, and create the tallest empire the world has ever seen. Alright, here we are as the Crown of Castile, ladies and gentlemen, a country I have actually played once before, but it was many months ago, and I've been missing these guys, and I did want to play tall. We haven't done it in a while, but we always do it with somewhat smaller countries, which I guess it's easier to play tall as, but I wanted to do it as a big country that you genuinely, regularly expand quite a lot as, but I thought we'd do it differently. So yeah, man, for this playthrough with playing tall, I have a couple of ideas of what we can do, but of course, first things first, we need to establish control over most of Iberia. And of course, that would start off with us taking on Granada and Morocco down here to lock down the south and, get rid of the Andalusians and the Sunni guys. We gotta focus up north as well, take out Navarra and of course Aragon too. And the only things I'm gonna own is actually what Spain owns in the modern day. So we are going to be friendly with Portugal the entire game simply because, we see them get bullied by Castile every game. I don't want to do it. Is it more beneficial to take down Portugal? Yes, maybe, because we get access to the Lisbon market as well, but I want to do a proper Spain. So yeah, man, let's go ahead and get started. Now, Castile already starts off with a couple of government reforms right here. The Crown of Castile, which, has these things. It's not that good. It's not bad either. And then, of course, we have the feudal nobility, which, of course, isn't that good. We are going to be playing with subjects a little bit, so it's not that bad, but there are better ones. And of course, we already start off with a couple of unique advances, like this one right here for migration speed and prosperity, which is very good, obviously, for playing tall, both of those. And of course, the Reconquista for plus 15% army morale, which is pretty powerful. More cool things like this, for example, which we need quite a lot of. And yeah, later on. Now this obviously would be really good right here, but it lets us, it makes us not construct universities, so I guess we're not going to be going with that. But yeah, just granting out some, estate privileges right here at the start. All right, so estate stuff done. Research has been started. Castile does lose quite a lot of money right at the start, so that is something we also need to deal with, obviously, just because we're in a massive trade deficit right now, but it'll get sorted as soon as a month takes over. And with these guys right here, man, I think honestly, we don't even stabilize or strengthen government. I think we just start off assimilating to Castilian in places, where there's a bunch of Andalusi, because we do want to get rid of that. Everything else is court, obviously. Or maybe we start focusing on that and try and become a cultural hegemon in the next stage so we can assimilate entire areas. Alright, so now that a month has ticked over, we're actually making money, which is pretty nice. And since we're going to be friendly with Portugal the entire game, man, I think I'm just going to ally them and then get rid of a bunch of forts because, well, we do have 1,000,000 forts as Castile, a lot of which are very unnecessary. There we go, got rid of a bunch of forts. We really don't need those, and we're gonna get rid of more as we conquer our rivals. Now, another thing about Castile right here is that with it being such a massive country, our control is obviously pretty weak in most areas, and our capital right here in Valladolid is actually not in a bad position for what we want to do. However, with my plans for increasing control later on and building lieutenancies and local governors and whatnot, I think we do actually keep our capital in the middle of the country. Valladolid, like I said, is not that bad. However, Toledo is much more central, and it's also on a river. And then, of course, we could put it coastal. Sevilla is a very nice spot to have your capital as Spain, but that's mostly if you expand into, the Maghreb, if you colonize and stuff like that. So I think we keep our capital in the middle, move it to Toledo whenever we can, and then just put down, local governors / lieutenants in Sevilla, in Burgos, since we can do them in towns, and then later on in Barcelona, of course, when we conquer it. And like that, we'll have mega control in all 3 market centers, which are pretty equal distance from Toledo, but also have mega control right in the middle of them, right? So it's like 4 very evenly dispersed capitals. I think it's going to be really good. But of course, before any of that, man, we really want to try and help out our country just a little bit when the Black Death comes around. So I'm going to put down a hospital in Sevilla, in Toledo, in Valladolid, in Burgos as well. And then we actually do have some more money. So, you know, might as well do it in a couple of more places. The less people die, the better. Now here's a very nice event we get early on, the threat of Morocco, which will give us claims on the lands that Morocco owns down here, which of course we do want to get. Now, this one actually isn't really that relevant for us because Granada and Morocco, you know, almost always ally each other. And in fact, let's take a look at it right here. They are allied. So whenever we fight Granada, we can just also take this from Morocco. Now, sure, I am going to take this, but we're probably not going to do it from this. Of course, with us making so much money, man, it's easy to start, you know, the tall build up like right away pretty much. But let's focus on saving as much people as we can first. I know, a rare thing in EU5. Okay, first parliament is here, which means it's time for our first war. Now, just taking a look at Navarra and Granada, which are the 2 countries I want to take out first. Navarra has got some French guys as allies, and Aragon, which is not someone I want to deal with like this. I actually want to fight Aragon directly. So let's not do Navarra. Granada, yeah, as expected, it's just them and Morocco. Okay, so it's time to do our first war, folks, and take care of the south right here, because obviously, you know, we're not complete without, you know, the entirety of Granada right here. So, we're going to do that. They've got some nice cities over here we can take over. We are going to have them as a subject because I do, you know, I don't want to waste my guys on just integrating all of this for a very long time. So, yeah, just going to wait for a couple of more galleys to finish up, and then we're going to be good to go. But, yeah, I am going to get a CB right away. Yeah, there we go. Fabricate CB, Granada. For Granada, we're good. We're going to change up any laws that we need to change up later, and more on that later too, because Castile does actually have pretty good laws. Okay, Portugal called us in to help with some pretenders in the Age of Renaissance right here. Obviously, you know, for trade and stuff like that, it's actually pretty good to go Diplo focus right here, but for us, admin focus for our style of playthrough today, more important. Okay, and now that Portugal has wrapped it up with their pretenders, it's time to go to war. Because we're a great power, we should be able to threaten war right here as well. And of course, we don't want them to give us the land. We actually want to go to war via this right here. So, just checking Granada right here. Still just them and Morocco. Morocco a bit more powerful now that they wrapped up with Tlemcen, but it's fine. Let's just go ahead and put these guys here and threaten war on Granada. And it's time to go in. There we go. As Castile, obviously, we have massive levies right at the start. So, you know, none of this is an issue. And there we go. We full siege Granada. Now, I wonder if we can peace out like this. Oh, we can. We can. Excellent. Well, maybe I try and separate piece Morocco for this, but like that, they don't accept. Okay, so there we go. This is literally all we want from these guys, and take some money as well, and then that's it. Our first war is done, and we officially finished the Reconquista of the South. We're gonna allow this right here, and it's gonna take a pretty long time for us to integrate all of this manually. It is only 3 of them, so I am gonna keep what we took in Cadiz right here, just these 2 locations. But the rest of it, I think what we do instead is create a subject historical. Now, if we create Granada right here, they are going to pop out as Andalusi. But if we create them as a fiefdom, they will have the same religion as us, I think. So, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And there we go. We pop out Granada just like that. They don't hate us, and we can almost immediately change the view of the Andalusi culture of Castilian to negative. Right now, it's obviously absolutely abysmal. It's enemy opinion. So that's a nice little fix for us right there to not have some of these Andalusians in our country that mad. Morocco driven from Iberia. Very nice. And now we can improve cultural opinion. If we want to get it all the way to like neutral or even positive, we need to wait 100 years for that, because you can only do this interaction every 50 years. Of course, it does say we're going to get a coalition, but even if we do, it's from these guys down here, which we don't care about anymore. We're not going to fight them anymore. We don't care if a coalition happens. All right, let's get back to hospitals. I mean, we've almost hospitaled it up. There we go. In fact, we have hospitaled it up. Very nice. Now, for strategic reasons, I'm not going to build any in my subject. Now, the interesting thing is we can already build lieutenancies in our country. And in fact, I am going to do that. Now, if you see right here, we got plus 75 local proximity source, which is obviously only 25 worse than a capital, but also plus 100% local crown power, whereas the local governor is plus 80 local proximity source, so only 5 more than the other one, but there's no crown power modifier, so and these lieutenancies are unique to Iberian countries, like I said in the intro. I think just for that reason even we use them. So I am gonna put one down in Sevilla, and as soon as we get the money, in Burgos as well. I already said why. It's because both of them are markets, which is gonna help quite a lot, but also Sevilla is coastal and on a river, which means that one is gonna give us nice control down here and this way. Burgos, once again, also on a river, and it's going to help us with control down this way too. Now, these are pretty expensive buildings to run. As we can see, we only have a 14.69, for example, whereas when we put that down, just that building is going to cost like 8 per month. But I think with the increase in the control, around it, it's going to sort of balance itself out, Obviously, it already helps that we got a road connection between Valladolid and Burgos and Sevilla, because if you don't got a road connection, you can't build these, so that saves us some money. All right, but now that we're done with that, let's actually improve with Granada as well. Next parliament is here, so we do want to take a look at any laws we might want to change up. Let's just do that one right there. So if we take a look at the laws, we got a unique one in the admin system, which is for a plus 10% proximity efficiency and plus 10% speed of integration, even though it makes the nobles more powerful. What I usually go with right here is central council, simply for this, but as Castile, we also got this right here. So once we conquer everything and we're done integrating, there's no downside to swapping to this, because we're not going to be integrating, and we're going to make the nobles weaker, and we're going to get some more development. But until we're done with Aragon and Navarra, we're going to stay with this one. But, back to the other stuff right here. This we can change to by blood as well for now. We got a unique one over here, legislative efficiency. None of these are really that powerful, so we'll just stay with that one. It's unique. We got just one right here, and we're already on itinerant court, which is awesome. Don't need to change that. In distribution of power, we got Cortes de Castilla, plus 5% maximum tax, I guess globally, which is nice. 10% crown power and 20% agenda impact for nobles. Okay, normally I'd swap to favor the ruler right here, but I'm going to keep that one as well. Got another unique one right here. I mean, everything else, man, is honestly pretty good. Yeah, everything else is pretty good. Well, actually, we probably don't want to do export ban, but it doesn't really matter. So yeah, in that case, I'm just going to ask for law changes and change to by blood. That's the only thing we want to do. Okay, so lieutenancies are down. Obviously, we're not making as much money. But look, now max control in Sevilla is 82 instead of 30. In Burgos, which is somewhat close to Valladolid, but like I said, we're going to move it down to Toledo. It's a max of 77. Awesome. Yeah, whenever our ruler dies, the game should offer us the chance to move our capital to Toledo. If it doesn't happen, then I'm going to do it manually. But yeah, I'm going to wait for this guy to die. Black Death has spawned just as we cracked 5.2 million people. Population growth is like really good, by the way, so we're going to recover pretty quickly, but we are going to drop down to like 3.5 million. Ooh, interesting. So just looking around at stuff, France and Aragon are allied, which is not good for me. Now, if I want to hit Aragon now, which I don't, we'll hit them pretty soon, France doesn't come in, which is good. But even if they do, we can still get around it by fighting Navarra and just making Aragon break that alliance. So we're chilling in both scenarios. All right, but let's start bridging it up. Obviously, you know why we want bridges already. I mean, it's plus 10% local proximity efficiency. Getting better relations with Portugal like this, wonderful. All right, Black Death is here. Gonna wait for it to spread a little more before doing the interactions. And yeah, with the control and proximity systems in EU5, man, Madrid is like a pretty bad capital. Madrid is a very bad capital. I'd say, honestly, if you're colonizing and expanding into Africa, you go Sevilla. If you're, doing something like I'm doing or want to push into France, maybe I'd probably keep it in Toledo. But the stuff that we took from Granada has been integrated. Okay, all the stuff in research is done. Time to get started on new stuff because we do want to go to wars. And do we have any unique things right here? No, just semi. Okay. Yeah, just gonna go with the levy stuff first, then everything else. Obviously playing tall involves making the best matches for our, for our heir right here. Now, we can marry the Countess of Ulster right here, which would put us in a union with them, but she is kind of the smartest lady we've found so far. And she's same age, so yeah, let's, actually, that's not her. Her? Yeah, okay. Okay, didn't lose as many people as I thought we would, and our pop growth is still good, so we'll bounce back relatively quickly. But yeah, the Black Death has almost blazed through. And you know, obviously accepting Andalusia, man, no way we got room for that. We also need to save room for Basque, maybe, Aragonese, and Catalan. But speaking of Basque, Aragonese, and Catalan, it's time to move on with our conquest because we're done integrating. I do honestly want to hit Navarra first and make Aragon break that alliance with France. So, can we actually build a CB on them? No, we can't, so we are just gonna use Parliament for that. It's fine. There we go, aristocratic support, fabricate CB on Navarra for Navarra, and we'll threaten war. And in the meantime, we're gonna start prepping for becoming a cultural hegemon later on with the libraries. They're probably stalling because we got no paper, but it's fine. Okay, let's go ahead and threaten war on Navarra. They won't accept, and perfect, just like that, we are at war with Navarra, ladies and gentlemen. I am gonna call in Portugal here just to make things a little faster with Aragon. I'm gonna go white peace Aragon, and then, you know, siege down Navarra. Or not white peace, make them break the alliance. Almost. Okay, making Aragon break the alliance with France and give me war reps, so there's a separate piece on them. In the meantime, thank you, Portugal. They've sieged down Navarra. Oh, I think they hopped out of the war. Okay, it doesn't matter. I don't want this anyway. So, yeah, we're only focusing inside of Iberia, so we're taking this from Navarra. Perfect. Maybe I take this and sell it to someone? Does it really change things that much? I guess it doesn't. Yeah, okay, perfect. I'll just sell this to, like, Aquitaine or something. Economy actions, sell location, that one. Yeah, 53 ducats, sure. Okay, as soon as we're done integrating this, we'll probably start chipping away at Aragon. With all these libraries, we are gonna need scriptoriums. Or is that Papermakers Guild? No, I was right, it is scriptoriums, because they need books. Meanwhile, control coming up nicely. Yeah, Sevilla's maxed out. So is Burgos. Obviously, with more buildings later on, this is gonna get even better. Damn, Distillers Guild's gonna make us a lot of money. People are thirsty in Iberia, man. I guess because it's hot as frick. Oh, dude, Basque is already accepted. Oh, that's great then. Not gonna focus on building any unique buildings in the capital because obviously we are gonna want to move it later. But yeah. Very nice. This is very much needed. All right, so now that we've chilled a bit, we actually can continue with our expansion. Now, something very cool we can do from Aragon right here is pretty much release Catalonia and Valencia down here, which are, you know, pre-existing subjects and stuff like that. And I think we do focus, like, on the north first because, you know, if we weaken Aragon too much, France might push in, and even though France is pretty weak right now, because England obviously is dominant in the 100 Years' War at this point, I still kind of want to lock down the north before France gets into it. So, you know, go in against Aragon, take as much as we can right here to release, you know, take as much as we can where we're not going to release anyone and get like 1 or 2 provinces here to release Valencia from, so that later we can get, you know, CBs and reconquer and stuff like that. So, yeah, let's start spying on them because I can get claims on province because we got a core down here. And at this point, while we're waiting to create the CB, I think I'm preemptively gonna start building roads out of Toledo, man. Yeah, we're making pretty good money, so might as well do it. All right, well, I don't want to join on the side of England. The war is not our concern. I don't care about what happens up here. All right, well, we've integrated up Navarra, going pretty quickly. I think it's time to go in on Aragon. Yeah, they're fairly weak. Once again, gonna call in Portugal. They only got like 5 forts, which is fine. Like I said, let's focus up on the north. So there we go. Claims on province, minus 25% antagonism. Very nice. Yeah, simultaneously, man, as we're building up the economy, as we're increasing control, as we're roading it up, we're still expanding, and I love it. I hope Aragonese and Catalan aren't too expensive to accept, though, but it's fine. We'll get some more capacity soon. All right, it's taking ages to siege down Barcelona right here, but obviously, you know, we want to see if we can, you know, maybe take it in this war. So, yeah, just sitting for quite a while on Barcelona. It's actually not moving from 21%, dude. It's like this every month thick, and I don't want to bring my boats over because they got more. Okay, well, so from this screen right here, we can see who gets what cores. So Catalonia is, yeah, pretty much just all of Catalonia, right? And then we got Mallorca, which I probably won't do. And then Valencia is down here. Yeah, okay, just like I thought. Okay, so even taking all of Catalonia, for example, right here, actually isn't that bad. Let's take our little location down here that's a core, you know, just so we don't forget to do it. And then taking a look at this, you know, some is Catalan, some is Aragonese, you know, I don't want to create subjects with 2 different things. I guess it's pretty easy for them to accept it or something like that. So, Maybe we do something like this? Or do we go even crazier than that? Who gets mad? Yeah, it's no one's really that mad. Maybe we do something like this. And that then leaves us with Valencia and 3 more. But I guess Mallorca would be there too, so I guess we'll see what we do. But this... yeah, we're gonna be chilling for quite a while. Then again, I'm not gonna integrate any of this myself. Or maybe I do this myself, I don't know, but... I'm pretty satisfied with that, actually. And then I'm gonna take their money too, because why not? Okay, there we go. One war with Aragon done, ladies and gentlemen. We've taken almost half of them. Actually, Andorra still exists as well. I do want to take them down too, but what we're immediately gonna do right here is, yeah, go into Diplo, create subjects, historical, and we're just gonna create Catalonia as a fiefdom. It's as simple as that. And speaking of fiefdoms, I never checked Granada's religion, but they are Catholic. Okay, that's good. Yeah, at least they're converting that for me. Of course, I can always force them to be Castilian as well, but I guess we could. Okay, and then let's let a month take over right here, and I want to see the cost of Aragonese. So, oh, it's cheap. Do I use these guys to assimilate? Which it is progressing a little bit. That's not bad. Or do I just use them to integrate? Because we can insta-accept Aragonese. Probably Catalan, too. Not enough people, but yeah, we could. I'm gonna do it. Why not? I'm gonna do it. I don't want to have, 1,000 mega subjects, so why not? Since we're gonna pop Valencia, too, then I'll integrate these 3 later on as well. Sure. Alright, perfect. So let's go ahead and accept Aragonese. Yep, it's there's not enough people to accept it, but it's fine. We'll do it later, I guess. All right, lots of people. I was gonna say mad, but not really. Let's just, yeah, we're gonna chill for quite a while now. Granada, I guess they're busy with religious conversion now. I think I am gonna force them to be Castilian, because why not? But then I can't improve with Andalusi. Maybe I improve with Andalusi, then force them to be Castilian? I don't know. But yeah, as long as they're converting something, I ain't mad. In the meantime, I'm fortifying a bit up here, the border with the English and the French and stuff like that, role-playing it up a little bit. Does Catalonia have a core on this? No, it doesn't. Oh, they're allied with Aragon. Or no, actually, they're probably guaranteed, aren't they? Yeah, they're guaranteed. Well, France can't get to them, so it's fine. Yeah, we'll worry about that later. All right, I guess we're big into jeweling now, aren't we? Yeah. Very nice. Building so many things in Sevilla, by the way. Damn, we really got no saltpeters? That's crazy. We're pretty close to getting the, the other institutions. Dude, this is something crazy I've never noticed. I've never seen Provence lose land over here, come to think of it. They're always so powerful because they're in with Naples, but that's so rare. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we had a marriage union with Portugal? Really? I never noticed that. What is it? Is that? Okay, so... there's actually... Oh, there is an offer for Toledo. Perfect! Okay, so we got a new guy. Obviously, Sevilla would be like an insane capital as well. That's where we're... I think it's probably our highest tax-based province. It's not. It's... Constantina. It probably makes gold. But yeah, it is time to move our capital to Toledo, which is perfect. And there we go. Gains erratic. It's fine. It's fine. All right, I think we're gonna get an event to kill this guy, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so there we go. We moved our capital to Toledo. So now we're gonna be maxing control over there. I think we did, at least, though, right? Yes, we did. Yeah, perfect. So, cool. Stuff essential, and we can continue our little road building sitch right here out from Toledo. All right, this is a nice little event right here. Even though it's, I guess, temporary, but sure. Yeah, it's like this guy's crazy, right? That's like the whole lore thing about his son. So we're gonna be getting these ass events for a while, and I think there's even worse ones that might come, which is cool. It can't all be chilling. Oh, what the hell? A union with Castile and really? Wait, just like that? How did we get that? I honestly, I didn't even know we were in, yeah, what's the ruling history? How can we see that? So it's her before that. Oh, dude. I didn't even know that. But of course. Okay, well, we kinda got Portugal, but also don't got them. Obviously, we're like way more powerful than them, so we'll do the maxing of the union and stuff like that, and blah, 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 and passing all of this, but... right now, I'm actually not even saying no to fully integrating them at a certain point. Yeah, because it's like that guy, and then you get rid of the crazy guy, and then it's no union, right? Is that how it is? I think that's how it is. The heir isn't showing up here because he's in Ulster, actually, yeah. Okay, but now that we got our capital where we want it, we can actually move on with the, you know, with the unique buildings that go in the capital, like the Chancery, well, for now. I'll put down the Sergeantry as well, why not? We're rich. And both of the royal thingies, right? Royal, there they are, Royal Court. And I'll just type it at this point. I hate that the list scrolls back. Oh, and we got this as well, right? Yeah, it's already there. Inquisition law is going to help quite a bit. Of course, we do got local courts, which is a plus 20% pop conversion speed. Now, we only got plus 5% from state inquisitors right here, which I guess is unique, but same amount of resistance to this, but more cabinet efficiency. It does make the estates a bit more dissatisfied, but since we really won't have that much to convert, I mean, my guys are already doing it for me. I honestly, I'd take the 5% here. Now, keep in mind, we could have at any point, and still could actually, just fight Andorra to reset our truce with Aragon, but we're not in a rush, really. And by the way, to form Spain, which is obviously something that we want to do, yeah, we need not a lot more locations, if I'm being honest. Yeah, but obviously not in a rush to do this either. The burghers have finally started eroding it up. Now, obviously, you know, like I said earlier, what we could have done here is, like, taken, like, one province or two provinces to release both Catalonia and Valencia and just do a reconquest in the next war. But because we're not really concerned with antagonism or war score or anything like that, there's, like, it's like whatever to me, you know? So that's why I did it like this. It just doesn't matter that much for what we're trying to do. It's interesting that we don't have control over our heir. He already has kids and stuff like that. Yeah. All right, a truce with Aragon. I got a truce with France, by the way, because of the events with the 100 Years' War. You know, get some money, create a truce. Just so you don't think I fought them or anything. But damn, that's a... England is kicking ass. Either way. Here's the parliament. It's time to get a new CB on Aragon right here, and hopefully wrap up our conquest on them. Let's just put it on that. Now, I don't know if we'll be able to take all of this, because if we can, we're pretty much done with wars. If we can't, obviously we'll fight them again. So let's just check. And like the Perigord and the Pope doesn't really change too much for us. Hostile actions threaten war for the thing they won't accept, and it's just like that, we're at war with Aragon. Now, an immediate check right here, obviously, you know, doesn't tell us everything because we can't take their capital, but yeah, it is possible. It is possible to take everything we want from Aragon in this war. Perfect. So yeah, like I said earlier, we'll pop Valencia, and then I'll integrate this. Maybe we pop Majorca. I don't think so. It's like a province area, isn't it? It's like the Balearics area and the Majorca province is the same thing. So yeah, same strat. Perfect. And we're about to get Renaissance too, which means we'll get a third guy. The Fuero Viejo de Castilla. What is this? So centralized authority by drafting a new unifying code. We unlock that. It's not that relevant, is it? Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, I'll take it, but we just unlock it. It's not like I'm gonna get it. Oh, dude, they don't have a fort in their capital, man. That's crazy. Okay, let's pick up Renaissance while we're here. Excellent. Immediately gonna go down this entire side. So, oh, a new thing for Castile right here. Cultural tradition and prestige. That's very nice. Yeah. So, the cabinet seat, crown power. And we're gonna go down to here. I want this, I want this, I want this. Rights of the nobles, the uni, court spending efficiency, and the chancery. Perfect. Okay, after that we'll move on to banking because, well, we can finally get really going with the boat stuff. Obviously, we could have so far too because, you know, we got pretty good favors. You know, I could have built up the fleets, and I do need a couple of fleets because I want to project control in all of these areas and stuff like that. You know, trade fleets and whatnot. But, yeah, everything in due time. Alright, we've sieged everything we can, and no capitulation, obviously, and since we're not full annexing them, we're not gonna get Cagliari, which is something I do want, and it means they might be willing to accept. Okay, that increases it by a whole lot. Let me try and get rid of it and do it again. Is this one gonna be bad? Last one wasn't bad. The other stuff we don't want, obviously. So, Aragon is still gonna exist. Andorra is gonna join up in that little coalition, but it's fine. We gotta fight Aragon again when we fight Andorra anyway, and then it's just Lyle Jourdain. What the hell is that? Yeah, we don't care. Okay, that's it. And ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap on our conquest of Iberia. You know, we own everything either indirectly or directly, and Portugal, our soon-to-be a junior partner, obviously holds this, which, you know, we're role-playing a little bit with that. Yeah, we just need, this to... Yeah, we need to wait a little more, right? Right. Okay, but with that said, I'm actually gonna let a month take over right here so we can accept, Aragonese, perfect, and Catalan. There's Catalan, there's accepted, we still got room, perfect. Yeah, that's all we can do. And now we let a month take over. Okay, we get some cores, blah, blah, blah. Understandable. Let's tell this guy to integrate that immediately. Yeah, is there better people to do this? Kinda. And then what we do is create historical Valencia fiefdom. I can't believe I said that. If you say Valencia or Barcelona and you're not Spanish, don't talk to me. I've said this many times. Yeah, I'm gonna do Mallorca too. And dude, we did this in just 50 years. Yeah, very quick. I mean, yeah. All right, so I thought I was clicking start recording, but I was actually clicking stop recording. So I recorded myself doing nothing, just staring at the game and playing it. And when I was saying stuff, I wasn't. But either way, not a lot of things happened. The only thing that happened was I got a third cabinet guy. I got autocracy as a third government reform. And we had actually an event. Oh, it's still happening to switch this from that, I think it was, to this, which gives us cabinet efficiency, which is very nice. And it makes us centralized. I guess it happens after you conquer, well, what Spain needs to own. And by the way, speaking of Spain, okay, yeah, okay, so I need to annex one out of my subjects and we'll be able to do it. Well, except for Mallorca. With Granada, Valencia, and Catalonia, I guess we can do it. Finally, back above what we had at a certain point in the game, a number of population. We're actually making pretty good money now. I mean, we were in the previous clip as well. I was just probably spending on a trade deficit or something. But yeah, making about 100 ducats a month right now. You know, in the positive. Obviously, if we annex a subject, we'll max this or whatnot. But yeah, just waiting to improve with Andalusi culture one more time, which is going to be 50 years since they did it the last time. Should be in the next couple of years. But yeah, this is going pretty well for them as well. I probably do want to let them finish doing this, then I annex them, right? Of course, I could do Catalonia, right? Yeah. Or it's actually probably not a good idea to do it until we can get the third lieutenancy, which is at the start of next age. And Barcelona is where I want to put it. So yeah, let's not do them. You know, ideally, that would be somewhere down here, right? This market, so it takes up this instead of just this. And Sevilla is obviously a very powerful market too, right? So, yeah, but it's fine. You know, that's how we thought. You know, this is what the control is looking like, so it's going according to plan. If it would have been better if it would have been here though. Maybe even Valencia instead of Barcelona, honestly. But let's not frick with anything. Oh, there it is. I was just saying, right? Yeah, no need to do it with these guys. So this will change it to neutral, Andalusi. How expensive is it now? It's probably still, like, really expensive. Well, with the next one, but this is just for the Andalusi, you know, people we have, not that the ones that we will get. But yeah, next time I can do this is 1443. So yeah, I guess Valencia should be the first one to get annexed. And then Mallorca. See, I don't know why we can't do unified succession law. I never understand this. This tooltip is just... I don't know, either I'm really stupid. Okay, so no valid policies available. Why? Why can't we do this? Locked succession laws can neither be applied nor overridden. Okay, now I understand. Who has a locked succession law? We got cognatic primogeniture, okay. And what does Portugal have? They got the same thing. So why can't we mess with it? Is it because my heir isn't actually the ruler of Ulster? Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to wait on that until Pedro here dies. He's 59, so he should die relatively soon. Obviously, that's gonna bring in Ulster in the Union as well, which I don't really care about because they're vassal of Pale. But we'll see. There's probably lots of locations we need to upgrade as well. Yeah, quite a lot, but that's obviously something we're gonna focus on later. So Salamanca, yeah, look at all of these towns, man. They need to become cities. You know, even though it has less population, Burgos is obviously very important. It's right there. Yeah, we need to encourage stuff over there a little bit so we can turn it into a city for more control. Finally acquired a very important building, ladies and gentlemen, the local council. Plus 2.5% max control and 10% local crown power. They're pretty expensive. They cost 400 base. But yeah, we gotta put them down everywhere that we can. It's gonna be pretty slow going, but yeah, let's do it. I mean, what else is there to do, you know? Okay, so finally a union policy. It's actually economy of the union, but we can't do unified treasury because we need to establish seniority first. And as far as I understand it, which I don't at all, we can't do it because our heir is in Ulster. Because we got the same succession law. Yeah, we just need to wait for him to get back. And obviously we can outvote Portugal in anything. So we can pass anything. Oh, there it is. Why do I always forget about that one? I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Disregard all of the last clips. I'm not gonna go back and delete them or whatever. I always forget foundation status, bro. Union foundation. Yeah, of course I want to establish seniority. Of course. I forgot that you have to do that before you do this. I always get them confused in what order you do them. It really should all be one thing lined up. You know, who cares what's a centralization, a federal, or a foundation law? Just put this one here and put that one right there, and we're good. Just auto-embraced banking. Okay, so now that we've established seniority, now we're gonna go unified succession law, then we're gonna go unified treasury. You know, this is kind of what you do in U5 as well, except you get Aragon and this for free, UPU Naples. Obviously, you know, PUs are like way more fun and way more fleshed out in U5, but there's no way to force someone to be your junior partner. Even if you do a claim throne, you just put one of your guys on their throne, right? You know, it really should be form union with the peace deal, you know? Ooh, unique building right here. Royal audience and chancery. All right, obviously unified succession has passed. Just get that stuff out of there, man. All right, we can officially start annexing our subjects. Yeah, we said we'd do Valencia first. I mean, we got all of this accepted, except for Andalusia, which is fine. I got some nice buildings and stuff like that. We won't be able to get that good control, but it's fine. Yeah, no need to convert religion or anything. Let's start annexing Valencia. 26 years, but if we max this, 14 years. I am gonna max it. Up to number 3 in the Great Powers list, only England, which honestly fair, but I can crush them. Yeah, I can crush them, and probably someone in China or India is number 1. Just assimilating down here so we get our final 2 cores. It's gonna go all right. Yeah, after that we want to turn Burgos into a city, but in the meantime, we can do mutual offense, which we won't. The first thing we actually want to do is diplomatic liberties to stop Portugal from declaring their own wars. Even though they don't really do their own wars, they might get up to something in the New World. I don't want to be involved in that. Things are going well, you know, we're constructing local councils, universities, we officially integrated everything, and we've managed to culture convert these 2 down here to primarily Castilian, and now we're converting the religion of those as well, so we're chilling, man, we're chilling. Granada right here is almost done, you know, turning every location into majority Catholic, except for this one, you know, and yeah, as soon as we're done with Valencia, which we got 4 more years on, well, we'll get started with Granada. Oh, and also, we can finally do diplomatic liberties right here. Unified external diplomacy. Okay, as soon as this passes, we'll rein them in and pass mutual offense as well. Not that we need it, but we'll still do it. Okay, unified external diplomacy has passed. So now what we want to do with these guys right here is rein in junior diplomacy. And now we're going to do a shared offense, which means they always help me, but you know, they can't do their own wars. Okay, that crazy guy is finally dead. We'll keep Toledo as the capital, and now that means we got... What? Wait, who the hell is this? Sancho. He's Anglo-Irish, so we do want to adapt to local culture here. It's fine. Who is he? Who is he? Father, King Pedro. Oh, he is the oldest kid, isn't it? Yes, Sancho. Earl of Ulster. Why did he stop being Earl of... Oh, Ulster probably got annexed. Yeah, okay. Even better for me. Who's not married? Pedro, the heir. Any cool person to marry him to? Cool, got the entree pot. This'll boost our markets. Yeah, one in Sevilla, Burgos. I'll put one down in Barcelona too. And Valencia has been annexed. Yes, yes, yes. Well, Granada's pretty much done with its work. I'm gonna let them do their thing a little bit more. Instead, I'm gonna annex Mallorca, which I think... It's fine, they're smaller. Yeah, we can do them. Obviously, it's going to be the lowest over here, unless we can get a naval governor if we go super naval. And maybe there actually is a naval governor in research for the Iberian guys. Or there is for someone. So maybe we could even do a naval governor in over here in Palma. Still diplomaxing, by the way, obviously. You know, if we drop this down, we're making way more money. And we're not making that much from trade this month anyway. But it's cool. We're completely chilling. Control also is not looking that bad, man. Yeah, control is looking pretty good so far. It's working out excellently. I do think this is like peak setup for what I'm doing. Okay, at this point, man, Andalusi, fairly weak culture, 61 cultural tradition. Castilian, 427 cultural influence. Our spamming of libraries and universities is working out. Unless someone unified China, we should be cultural hegemon. I'm hoping for that. But at this point, man, since Granada is pretty much done religious converting stuff, realistically they are, I think we do this. I think we... where the hell is it? Enforce culture on them. Yeah, they gain lots of liberty desire, but, you know, a lot of it gets converted, and they will convert the culture too. So, and obviously, you know, it's going to be even faster to integrate them like this. So there we go. They're going to be mad for a bit, but at least they're going to do the work for me somewhat, and they're going to be faster to annex. Oh, Pound Lock Canal. I was waiting for that as well. Let me just wrap it up with these right here. Oh, they already got one. Nice. So, yeah, there's the Pound Lock Canal. Proximity, efficiency, and food production. Very nice. So we'll put one down in Sevilla. Can't do one in Burgos because it's a town. But we'll do one in Valencia, one over here, and I mean in the capital too, sure. Why not? Let's see. 27,000. Yeah, don't need to convert anymore. Let's encourage migration to Burgos with this guy to get 30k and upgrade it to a city. Once I'm done with universities and local councils, I think we'll start focusing on urbanization. Yeah, I showed it off earlier, man. There's lots of provinces, you know, locations, I mean, that need to become cities, and lots that need to become towns, which of course helps a lot with control. And in the meantime, with the cabinet, I'm just assimilating stuff to Castilian, everything that's below 90. Do we need to do it? No, not really, but why not? We can do legislature of the union now, aligned legislature, very nice. Oh, forgot about Burgos. Didn't want that many people in there. I hope we didn't mess other things up. But yeah, it's fine. It's fine. No need to swap this guy, it's okay. Wow, Aragon is no longer a valid rival? No shit. This rival, I don't know. England makes sense. Hey, finally. Got the counting house now too, which is excellent for local crown power. This is the next step in spamming after local council and university, you know, big building wise. Obviously, we've been spamming bridges this entire game and other, you know, money making buildings. Well, there's Mallorca annexed. Are these guys doing it? Yeah, they are. They are converting stuff to Castilian. I wish I could see what their cabinet guys are doing, but maybe they're still focusing on religion. But yeah, I mean, obviously they do stay. Do we do them, or do we do these guys? Here we won't get cores, but we could accept Granadan. Sorry, Andalusi. Yeah, probably. Or do we do this? What's our control looking like over here? It's fairly low. It's fairly low. Even for such a massive city, it's fairly low. And it's gonna be a little bit... Well, it's gonna be like 20 years before I can get the other lieutenancy to put down in Barcelona. This is fake, by the way. It's not like that. As soon as a month takes over, it's yeah, it's real now. There we go. You know what? Honestly, I'll let these guys convert for a little bit more. Why not? We're gonna end up with cores everywhere over here. Oh, freaking Andorra! We're not done with our wars. One more war to come, ladies and gentlemen. Andorra, that's right. Yeah, we just gotta wait quite a bit, but we'll take care of them. I think that's how they survive to this day. Everyone just forgets that they're there. Okay, I'm gonna start annexing Catalonia. But this one I won't max, because I'm gonna time it to have it be done in 20 years, because that's when we're gonna get the other, the other lieutenancy. So perfect, just like that. I've timed it. Just got the dock, surprisingly. Not that many coastal places we can build it, honestly, even though we're Castile. Dude, why can't I do Spain? Oh my god, we're still missing. Yeah, you do need to take over like 90% of what these guys have. Shoot, more than 90%, man. Yeah. Just need a couple. So once we're done with Catalonia, we can form Spain. Yeah, I'll do it as soon as possible. I won't wait like to annex Granada or something. Yeah, I keep forgetting that we're not Spain and that we do need to form it. Hey, okay, Parliament is here. Wait, let me actually check. Okay, no one has a CB. I thought I was almost gonna get a CB for no reason, but there we go. There it is on Andorra. I probably won't even do anything here, if I'm being honest. Ooh, right. I can always just threaten war, man. Nice. Who are we fighting? Yeah, just the same guys. Okay, this is literally everything we want. I don't think I'm even going to do anything. I'm going to let Catalonia and Granada do it. All right, thanks. There we go. Now we have all of Iberia. Okay, I'm just going to give this to Catalonia because I can't be bothered to integrate it. Seed location. There it is right there. Nice. All right, there's the Iberian Caravel, which means we can, yeah, upgrade them to that. So let me actually get rid of the cogs right here. We'll put them in Valencia or something. And then it's time to start the buildup of the trade fleets. Yeah, I think I want like 40 of them immediately. Honestly, it's like really expensive too. So let's take it a bit slow right here. There's 6. We already got 4. Let's build 16. Yeah, and then I'll send 10 here, 10 here. Okay, but we got a little bit more to go until we can get the generic thing from the Age of Discovery. Are we missing any cool Castilian things over here? No. Cool Iberian things maybe, but I think we got the main stuff down. So that's why I'm gonna go back to meritocracy now, because there is good stuff in meritocracy. And of course, the research is super fast because it's old. And it's time to go down to the final thing in our union with Portugal right here, folks, and vote for unification of crowns, then Swift, then Rapid, and yeah, then if we want, we can instantly annex Portugal. I mean, instantly. We can start annexing them whenever we want. It'll take a while. Now, I know we said we're not gonna explore, but I kind of want to discover this and this just to see if Portugal has stuff over there, so I am gonna start an expedition for this thing right here, and for that thing right there, just to see if Portugal is there. They probably are. It's 1426, at least in the islands, right? Okay, I finally started patrolling here. There's unification of crowns, so once again, we just go back in. Swift unification of crowns. There's Swift unification, so let's do the final thing, folks. Rapid unification of crowns. Now look at this, dude. 669 cultural influence. Yeah, I think universities and, well, I was gonna say they're down everywhere. I guess everything isn't down everywhere, but yeah, almost. And there's rapid unification of crowns. So we've maxed it out with Portugal, folks. Let's go ahead and check. You need to get rid of this because this extends it by quite a bit. So if we want to annex them, oh, we don't got opinion, so I can't see. Okay. Well, we're the biggest country in Europe. I never noticed that. By population, obviously. All right, I gotta send a mega gift to Portugal right here, literally just to see, you know, how long it takes to annex them. So, because I got reigned in junior diplomacy, it's 50% slower technically. So if I can even enforce culture. If I want to annex them, it's gonna take 42 years, which that isn't even bad at all. But really, it's gonna take 21 years. But really, I'm not even diplomaxing. Are you trying to tell me a shrimp fried this rice? Are you trying to tell me that if I max this out, I'll annex Portugal in 10 years? Really? That's the yogurt effect. Well, we discovered this stuff right here. I don't think Portugal is here, are they? Because if they were, I'd probably know. Can we share maps or something like that? There isn't anything like that. Isn't maybe an economy? Maps. Let me search maps. Share maps. We're a subject or below of Portugal. Steal maps. Can't we ask them to share their maps with us? Maybe they're not doing it. I don't know. Maybe I do speed up the diplo annexing. Why not? There we go, ladies and gentlemen. I have become a cultural hegemon, and over here we're gonna go admin focus as well, which means we don't need... Oh, we just got one more thing, which means we can actually finally get into the Age of Discovery generic tree right here, which is quite powerful. Quite powerful. We can go down... I mean, obviously, first we want to go down to the Well, where is it? Where'd they put it? That's right. There's the local governor right there, the council hall, and the governor form. Nice. And before that, even better, you know, we got the cabinet seat and the paved road. So let's just do it like this. We'll do it like that, like that, like that. Now, obviously, because we're a cultural hegemon, we can assimilate area. So this guy is gonna assimilate the area that's least Castilian. But actually, no, that's most Castilian, but below 90%. So all 4 of these are like Mega Castilian, but we can do Extremadura. Yeah, control is pretty good over there too, so. And there's the annexation of Catalonia, ladies and gentlemen. We gain cores on all of it, obviously, except for that. What the hell is that? Okay, whatever. And we can finally form Spain. Yes, I love it, I love it, I love it. I wonder why the Navarrese flag is so prominent. Yeah. Well, I guess it's the same as the Castilian flag, but the Castilian flag is also split just like this, and then we got tiny Granada down there, but there we go. We are Spain. We have acquired some new things. But yeah, very nice. Do we have any unique gov reforms right here as Spain, I wonder? Something new. Nope, not yet. Not yet. Oh, yeah. Look, system of councils. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, cabinet efficiency, cabinet seat, and it's free, dude. Perfect. So let's actually get rid of feudal nobility. I mean, we can get it back, kinda, or I can just wait until we research this. Yeah, but it's way down. I want to get the other guy now. So I'll just get rid of feudal nobility and swap it for there it is right there, system of councils. Such a good reform too. And we got a couple of more local councils and libraries and stuff like that to build up, but yeah. And of course we don't want to do nothing. It's finally time to start annexing Granada. It's gonna take 10 years. Okay, not bad. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but we're doing more expeditions. We've discovered the Canary Islands right here. I'm also, you know, gonna discover Madeira and the Azores as well. Portugal, I don't think Portugal is there. Unless they start with it. Do they start with it? Okay, there's the extra cabinet guy. I mean, I think we're just doing assimilation with everyone, aren't we? Yeah. So let's put him there. Sure. And now because we got the, you know, the system of councils, we can go back and get something better than the freaking feudal nobility, which I think realistically should be the crown power one. Another cabinet slot. Obviously, we're gonna assimilate with this guy as well, as long as it's not an Extremadura. Oh, let's do that. Okay, we've discovered all of this. No one's there. I mean, we could. I know I said we're not gonna colonize, and this is outside of Iberia, but and no point in doing it, honestly. And Granada has also been annexed, ladies and gentlemen. Only got 2 cores, obviously, because they didn't culture convert everything. We can do it very quickly now if we want to start it up. Max control ain't horrible. It'll get done. But more importantly, we got 1.5 free capacity right here, and it only costs 1 to accept. So it's as simple as that. And there we go. Literally only 1 location that's not a core. Freaking Gascons, man. Just got the council hall, which is obviously an upgrade to the local council. Twice as expensive, so maybe we're not even gonna get to build it everywhere, but it helps. Definitely helps. Ooh. So, kind of late. I don't know if you guys can tell. It's kind of late for this. Okay, but let's see what it is. So give Thomas Torquemada our support. Thomas de Torquemada moves. We unlock the Spanish Inquisition policy. We enact Spanish Inquisition in Inquisition law. Now, in the laws, that should be religious laws, right? Yeah, now we got State Inquisitors, which gives us cabinet efficiency. This one... wait, isn't it the same as local courts? Okay, resistance is the same as State Inquisitors and local courts. Conversion speed is the same. Counter-espionage? And -2 tolerance of heretical and heathen beliefs. Ah, this isn't powerful enough. What? This one's kind of ass. I'm not gonna swap. This should be buffed. They should give him like... Yeah, they should give him like 30% pop conversion speed here. And plus 30% Lutheranism and Calvinism resistance. No one cares about this or this. Obviously, they don't really do anything. But, Yeah, we inquisited, bro, so I can't just unlock it. Yeah, I have to enact it. No, I want my 5% cabinet efficiency, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I don't know what they're thinking with that one. Why? Yeah, or even not what I said. Why don't I just make it a buffed version of this? Yeah, put this plus 10% here and make this plus 20% or something like that. Or 30, I don't know. Well, I think it's finally time to upgrade some of these. So, I think I want to get everything above... Jesus Christ, we got so many. Well, at least we should do like these three. Leon, Oviedo, and Zamora. We're actually making quite a lot of money, so I can create a town like every other month. That's what I'm doing right now. We did a couple of cities. I'm not doing it like the game does it, though. Everything above 30k, I'm creating into a town. Everything above 50k, I'm gonna make into a city. Yo, is that you? Do you say that Villalpando? Is that's where Cesar Villalpando is from GTA San Andreas? Gotta be. Okay, urbanizing pretty heavily, as you can see. I mean, we can do a city every couple of months, right? We're making like 300 a month right here. So I'm just waiting to do Bilbao, and Murcia. Which is right there. Perfect. So we'll do that as well. But in the meantime, we've finally gotten the other local governor / lieutenancy. You know, you can't build both of them. You can only do a lieutenancy or a local governor, and we can finally put this one down in Barcelona. But yeah, as you can see, I've created quite a few towns, man. There's still more that can be created. This is a pretty dead spot right here. Obviously, no 30k pop places right here, but yeah, I've urbanized pretty heavily, built up quite a few cities as well, and once we put down the relevant buildings over there, it's gonna be, well, it's already getting better, so very nice. Yeah, and I think that's all of the places I want to turn into cities. Yeah, it is. So many more we can turn into towns, as you can see, anywhere from Ardana de Duero right here down to, according to my rules, down to here, but our population growth is just so nutty that we're gonna keep having these, right? So, I think it's decent urbanization. Nothing over here, sure. I mean, there we go. We can turn, you know, Ciudad Real right here. Was that like the royal city or something? But yeah, we got, you know, a pretty big dead spot here in the mountains and stuff, and down here too. So might as well do it a bit around Toledo as well. I always like doing that, even if, you know, yeah. For the other governor forum, the 5th one, I'm just gonna go Privy Council. I forgot about the council halls, but you know, they're not that bad when they're upgrades. They're not that bad when they're new either, actually. Yeah, I guess 800 is only base price, but we're getting it pretty cheap. You know, with the new cities, we can probably drop a lot more pound lock canals as well. Well, not a lot more, but hey, I'll take it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more. There we go, control in Barcelona, looking really nice. Honestly, if we could get another one of these local governors slots, you know, which we can't because the other one's all the way in absolutism, I'd probably end up annexing Portugal. But even though we have almost full control over Portugal, there's probably no point in taking this. You know, I said we're not gonna do it at the start, so... Oh, but look at England! Yeah, okay, there's someone that's doing colonizing. I mean, they're pretty powerful, aren't they? Yeah, they're still the #2 great power. Now, New World, even though we're not colonizing this campaign, does have something very interesting for us that I think would be a nice way to top it off for this campaign, and that's a naval governor without doing harbor administration or whatever that governor form is called. So, let's pick up New World right here, and go ahead and get that naval governor, along with a maritime presence, which is actually very nice. This is pretty cool, too. Everything else is all right. Literally, the only place we can put it is either in Ibiza here or here. Palma is already a town. I should encourage migration to Palma in order to make it a city. Yeah, that's the only place we can put it. Decently urbanized, more urban than today's Spain, I'll give you that. Just kidding. There we go, dude. Yeah, these are going pretty rapidly. That's all of them. We got all council halls. Honestly, burgers have done quite a good job of upgrading stuff to paved roads. I did a little bit around Madrid, but we definitely need to do it like out of the you know, additional capitals right here just to help a little bit. You know, I know it's hard to get people to move to a bald-ass island that doesn't produce really anything cool except for wine. But yeah, people are still moving. So not bad. Oh, but wait, I don't even need to turn it into a city. But no, it's not like that. I don't think a lieutenancy... Yeah, it's just the number of lieutenancies and local governors is the same, but naval governor is different, which means we can't put it down into a town, right? Yeah, that's the only place we can do it. I mean, that could help a little bit with like stuff here, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna make everyone a genius, dude. Hey, Palma's finally big enough to make into a city. Just spending a little bit of time, you know, paved roading it up before we wrap it up in about 4 or 5 years here. I think we just unlocked a new governor form. I clicked it way too quick, but shoot, it's not. What is it then? It said Iberian tolerance or something. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I was right. We did unlock it. How the hell did I miss it? Pop conversion speed -50. Oh, so this is like the complete opposite. What? Yeah, I get it, but why would anyone do this? It's like you got the whole Reconquista thing and then this? And there we go, folks. Now that we've played about 150, 160 years, I think this is a pretty good place to wrap it up for this mega tall Spanish campaign. But yeah, ended up number 3 on the great powers list, man. Somehow, supposedly, this England is more powerful than us. Number 1, I'm gonna say, is probably Great Chen right here, but they still can't be a cultural hegemon. I love it. I love it. It paid off. But yeah, number 3 on the great powers list, man. Making an absolute frick ton of money. Didn't take a single loan this entire game. Obviously, it's easy when you start off kind of rich. But hey, well, you know, what are you gonna do? You know, for the governor forms, man, we took, you know, some stuff right here. Obviously, you guys saw what we were taking and stuff like that. 5 cabinet guys over here doing very nice, culture conversion. As we can see, we're 68.93% Castilian with the biggest cultural influence in the world. So conversion of that is going excellent. In the religion department, man, we are literally 99.82% Catholic. Only a small number of other religions present in our country, so that's very nice as well. This is the tax-based map mode. I know someone says they want to see it, but I don't think, you know, there's a lot to tell right here. You know, we urbanized quite a bit, upgraded quite a few rural locations to towns, put down a bunch of cities as well, obviously. Control is looking really nice, and I think our strategy of how to do all of this really did pay off, you know, with moving our capital from Valladolid to Toledo, which is more central and still on a river, and then putting down the lieutenancy in Sevilla and in Burgos right at the start, and then of course in Barcelona when we integrated it, annexed it from Catalonia, and then the naval governor in Palma as well. Obviously, you know, in the age of absolutism, for example, you get another one, you put it down in Lisbon or something like that. And even though I did say we're not going to do anything with Portugal because I wanted to do modern day Spain borders, which of course would mean we take like Ceuta and Melilla or whatever, but it doesn't really matter. You know, we did still end up in a union with these guys somehow, not on purpose, obviously. And, you know, we pushed this to the max. And by the time, you know, we finished annexing Granada, we could have probably integrated Portugal by now. But I just, you know, didn't want to do it just to save it, because it would have looked like, honestly, it would have looked like Galicia, and we wouldn't have been able to extract too much from it. But yeah, this is the control map mode. This is, you know, proximity and stuff like that. We can see where it is low and stuff like that. Sevilla, Burgos, Barcelona, making a frick ton of money from all of them. A little bit from Lisbon as well, so not bad at all. And yeah, very nice, man. I don't know what else to say about this campaign. You know, it was a tall campaign. I did say what we were going to conquer from the start. That's what we ended up doing, and I just sort of wanted to focus on, you know, roads and infrastructure and getting a high population. Let's see the population. Yeah, we're actually by far the most populous country in Europe. England is the second biggest with 7.2 mil. Ottomans are 6.3, even though they're not, you know, fully in Europe, but you get the point. Yeah, dude, almost as much people as the Mamluks, which is actually crazy. Which is actually crazy to have more people, but, you know, our pop growth is absolutely busted, man. Look at this. I mean, we're absolutely cracked. So, yeah, very nice. Honestly, man, you know, if I didn't have better things to do, you know, or more videos to record, I just continue chilling and playing this campaign in my free time or something like that. There's really not a lot to see for a part 2 right here if we continue in the same way. Because we're about to enter the age of reformation and not the age of absolutism, I wouldn't continue, but, you know, we could so easily take down Morocco. So easily culture convert with these big ass areas right here. and you know, religious convert and stuff like that too. But I just don't think there's any need to expand any further. And maybe I wouldn't even go into the Maghreb. Maybe I'd do some Italy or some colonization or something like that. But very nice campaign nonetheless. Like I said at the start, I was itching to play tall with someone big. Usually we do it with someone smaller, someone medium. Yeah, it definitely scratched that itch. But let me know what other big ass country you'd like to see me play tall with. Tall China? Question mark? Definitely not as Yuan. We'd probably have to start as well, as Yuan. Then I guess I'd want to become Ming, conquer China with all of Ming, and that would be episode 1. And then episode 2, we just play tall in all of China. That would be pretty crazy. That's a pretty good idea I had right there. Thank you, me. But enough yapping. Okay, if you guys enjoyed the video, man, make sure to leave a like. It lets me know that you want to see more content like this. Subscribe if you haven't already. Don't be a dummy. And that's it for me for now. See you next time.